So, what were we discussing last session in Hanuman Chalisa was, the whole of Hanuman Chalisa is about the Leelas of Hanuman, as written by Tulsi Das ji himself in the Sundara Kanda of Ramacharita Manas. So you have seen various Leelas of Hanuman. Most of them are over, but we'll continue. We have seen how Sugriva was helped by Hanuman, and then Vibhishana was influenced by Hanuman, and then for him leaping over the Sahasra Yojana, either to fetch the Sanjeevani or to reach Lanka, it was just Leela. It was just a child's play. And the last time we discussed that, what does this mean, Leelyotahi? What is the meaning of this child's play business of Hanuman? And so we concluded, we arrived at the understanding that a child is always hungry for more and more and more. The child feels nothing of any obstacle. It doesn't know, it has no concept of, oh, the sun is so far. It has no concept of distance, nor space, nor time, isn't it? We have all observed in our own lives how children have absolutely no idea of time, space, or causation. Anything is just, it's so easy for them. I want something, that's it. There's a beautiful story of Akbar and Birbal, or maybe some other couple, but it's attributed to Birbal. There was a man who came with his little son for Nyaya to Akbar's court. And he says, this boy just does not listen to me. Whatever I do, he asks for something else which is more impossible. I don't know how to deal with him. I'm fed up of this child. So give me, I want something. I want to be away from this. Please solve this problem for me. So Akbar says the child has to be locked up in a room for a day as punishment because he is troubling his parent. And so Birbal intervenes. He said, Maharaj or Jahapara, don't do this. Children are children. They don't understand how it is. They don't understand what is impossible, what is not impossible. And then Akbar doesn't really get it right then. And then his little grandson comes. Birbal arranges for a test, for a Leela, so that Akbar can understand this better. And the grandson comes and he asks his grandfather for a sugar cane. Okay. In wherever they are, in Delhi or wherever, sugar cane is not easily available. They have to go Yuga Sahasra Yojana to get that sugar cane. But he is a king, he's a sultan, so he gets it. He gets a sugar cane and the child is happy. And the child says, cut it. And so the sugar cane is chopped. And then all the pieces are lying there. Child is happy. Akbar says, see, it is so easy to fulfill the wishes of a child. And the next moment, the child says, I want it joined back again. Even the greatest emperor on earth cannot manage that. He cannot make the sugarcane whole again, isn't it? So that's how then Akbar understands, oh, yes, these children are like this. Their job is to pester the parents with impossible tasks because they have no idea that this cannot be done. So that is the meaning or the understanding we can get from this. For Hanuman, it was a leela to go and jump at the sun and think of it as an orange and go fetch it. That is just a example, but he is not like other children who are just doing some throwing tantrums. He actually he accomplishes all these impossible. He really transcends time, space, and causation. Hanuman. That is our Bajrang Bali. All right.
He is hyperactive. Hyperactive.
Yes, yes. Totally hyper, and it is channelized in Ramakaja, isn't it? Anything else you want to add, Nirmala? Yeah.
The hyperactiveness
Uh,
was made into a gaunt. He made it into a nice gaunt and kept it in him, Matanga Rishi, and made it in such a way that whenever you need it,
Need it.
when somebody reminds you of it, you'll have it.
Yes. What a boon.
Otherwise, you are using it for destructive purposes, which is not good.
Yes, correct. So that was the boon. See, he was born blessed. So he had all these powers and also the ability to realize them when it is needed. Wonderful. Super blessed Hanuman. So next we come to this another beautiful Choupai. Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabhanu Lilotyahi Madhurapala Janu. That we are done. Now we have come to Prabhu mudrikaa meli mukha maaheen. Jaladhi laandhi gaye acharaja naaheen. Yes. Who wants to share understanding of this? Prabhu mudrika meli mukha maaheen. He was holding the Prabhu's mudrika in his where? In his mukha, in his mouth. Because God had given him the mudrika to deliver to Sita when he finds her. And Jaladhi laandhi gaye acharaja naaheen. It is not at all surprising that you were able to just fly across this ocean. Yes. Anyone? Yes, Shweta. Shweta, you.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sorry. I didn't mean to go on mute. Sorry.
One of us had to share understanding on this, right? Okay. Anyone? Yes, Nirmala, you want to share? Prabhu mudrika mukamahi.
Naturally, if you are holding the power of Rama in your hand, why not? You will be able to go across the ocean and much more.
Yes.
And of all the directions which people went, only Hanuman was given the mudrika.
Yeah.
Nobody else got it. So that itself shows that he was destined to meet Sita.
Right.
And to reassure her that I will definitely come and save you, don't worry. That was an assurance. So it's
one more astonishing thing is, okay, on the face of it, this verse sounds like as if Hanuman was you can, some Madivantike people can say, Arey, how can he put Prabhu's, ring in his mouth? So many things here. Can he put, people? Is it okay to put Prabhu's ring in the mouth? We don't put anything in the mouth except food, right? We don't do that. But number one, remember, he is a monkey. Monkeys have these pouches here and there where they store things. And poor Hanuman didn't have any, shirt with pockets and stuff. So there was hardly any place where he could put the mudrika.
No, he wanted to keep it very safely.
Very safely. Very safely.
He didn't want to lose it because flying across the mountain, across the ocean, he could get it lost.
Get it lost. So yeah, naturally he put it in his mouth. No problem in that at all. That is literal meaning. But what is the metaphorical meaning of Prabhu Mudrika was on his mouth? This is easy one, people. This is very easy. Yes. What is the metaphorical meaning? Adhyatmika meaning. He had the Rama Nama in his mouth. That's it. Isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. Rama Nama ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. And that is, everyone should have Prabhu Mudrika in the mouth all the time. Yes, Padmaja, anything more you want to tell? Please share.
That's it. It's always there. It is like Rama Nama Japa is going on.
And there is another nice theme. Hedu Padmaja.
So what I was thinking is, if Hanuman, when he opens his chest, Rama is already residing there, right?
Yeah.
What is the mouth and what is a ring? Ring is a very insignificant piece here. When Rama himself is within him, within his being, he's like merged himself or Rama has merged with Hanuman, I think, in a better
Absolutely.
way here.
Correct.
So it's like it's nothing for a ring to be in his mouth. So it's very insignificant, right? So I don't think.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a saying where he took his mudrika in his mouth and he leapt through, right?
Yes.
To leap through, he just kept it in the mouth and he went. It was that easy for him, I think, is how I interpret it in this way here. So, yeah.
Yes, correct. So both physically and metaphorically also, it is perfect. It makes perfect sense that he was keeping the mudrika in his mouth. And Rom mein Ram. That's what Shweta is saying. Every hair on his body was full of Rama Nama. But he had to have something physical to show Sita Mata. So Prabhu Ram gave him the mudrika. And there's another very interesting aside to this. When Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, when they left Ayodhya for the Vanvasa, they had to cross a river. Is it Ganga? From Ayodhya, they had to come down to Chitrakuta. They had to cross a river. And that boatman, they didn't have money to give to the boatman. So Rama gives all these jewels. Remember? And he removes his mudrika also to give to the boatman. He says, no, I cannot take your ring. My dear Lord, please keep the ring. So only mudrika Rama has. Everything else he has given away. So that's also, so it came handy later to show it to Sita. So this Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukha Mahi, this chanting Rama Nama throughout the day, 24/7, is the quality of a Siddha, one who is already realized. Siddha. Most of us are sadhakas. We are on the way. We are still trying to make that happen. For sadhakas, it's different. For siddhas, it is just par for the course. They just do it leela. For them, it's a leela. Okay. So how does this Ramanama help? How does having this Prabhu Mudrika in the mouth help? I mean, you should be up and about doing things, right? How can you keep chanting Ramanama? How does it help? Why should I do Nama Japa?
In life, things happen, whether you like it or not. When you are in a meditative pose, believe it or not, things happen the best way.
Okay.
Unless and until, if you get too much involved, what happens is, there is a certain amount of emotion, tension, bad feeling, good feeling, all that, which disturbs the flow of actions in your life.
Correct. Right.
If you learn to be an observer or a witness of the happenings, you will find everything happens. Whether you are there or not, whether you involve yourself or not, it's going to happen.
Right.
And if you're a witness, believe it or not, it happens the best.
Correct. So Ramanama helps in going back to the source. Is that right?
Yes. And you will find that, very peaceful happenings in your life.
Yes.
Without much jerks.
Yeah, like you say, solutions just unfold themselves. It's a spontaneous, because it's coming from the source itself. The mind is not too much involved. The solutions just roll out, for you like a red carpet. The mind is not focusing on the problem, but on the solution-oriented mind. One will achieve a solution-oriented mind when there is Ramanama on the lips. That's what it is.
That is what in Bhagavad Gita he is saying. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu ma te sangos tvakarmani. If you start orienting yourself with the results. There are, jhatkas, there are tensions, there are, for example, I might go to the examination hall and forget because of the tension, or I might miss a point, or I might, confuse.
Yep.
All these feelings happen when you are in tension. Be cool. You will be able to, write everything in a normal manner and you will get very good marks.
Simple. That's the simple and that's the truth. And we have all experienced it. And just some more explanation of this Jaladhi laandhi. So this is Tulsidas ji again has given a lot of commentary on his own this thing in another work called the Vinaya Patrika. Okay. And he says in this Jaladhi, that ocean, Tulsidas ji compares it to the body identification. See, Adhyatmika meaning of this comes now. You have to cross over the identification of the body. Dehabhimana is what Tulsidas says as Jaladhi laandhi, acharaja naaheen. It was so easy for Hanuman to disidentify with the body. Otherwise, just imagine, he must be like weighing what, how many, 200 pounds or whatever, big man. Just imagine, how is it possible for him to fly across the ocean? Like Superman. He is a Superman, definitely. But to do such things, one has to overcome the identity with the body. Isn't it? For us, immediately we'll say, "Arey, impossible. Gravity, everything will come into the picture. How can I fly in the air? I'm not a bird." But no, he was completely identified with the body. Dehabhimana was not there. Yes, Nirmala.
Not only that, if such problems come in our life, like Surasa, all the people, we'll get flustered. We'll get very flustered. And we wouldn't know how to take a right decision. But he was cool, calm. So he was able to get ideas of making himself the biggest, making himself the smallest, and coming out of her mouth without hurting her, without hurting himself. He was able to achieve so many things.
Yeah. The first obstacle he comes across is the Mainaka Parvata, if you all remember. The Mainaka Parvata comes up and he says, please rest on, take some rest on me and go. We have discussed this earlier, but a little more. So Hanuman says, no, I'm on Rama Kaja, I need to go, I don't have time for all this. In brackets, nonsense, right? So this episode, really is telling us that sometimes we do things we don't want to do out of a false sense of obligation. Have we found ourselves in such situations, people, in our lives? There is some
courtesy, hospitality.
No, I'm talking from Hanuman's point of view. Somebody is offering
Hanuman's point of view, courtesy. How can he, just behave so curtly to her? She's being all nice. And she says she wants to, make him recuperate before he flies on. She's being kind and nice.
So
what he says is, bluntly, he says, I don't have time. I'm focused. I have a goal and I'm heading towards it. Please don't distract me.
Yes. So what is the lesson for us, Zanta?
When we have a goal, we should not fritter it away with curtsies and all.
Okay.
We have to.
Shweta, Sneha, then, yeah.
I think distractions come in life. It could be out of love, out of compassion, out of anger, out of everything. We should be like, you remember that Arjuna when Arjuna's aim, right? Like how he points the arrow, it goes and hits the aim. That's how when you're behind a goal behind to achieve a goal, that's the kind of shraddha you need to keep to get the goal going. So don't get distracted by the fluff.
Yeah.
Keep going, I think.
Right.
So
correct. Well said. Anything more, Sneha, you want to add?
Yeah, for him, nothing but Ramakaja was the most important thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's it.
That's it.
Boils down to the same thing.
Okay, Nirmala again.
The full story of Arjuna.
Not now, I think. Should we?
Quickly, I'll tell you.
Quick.
All the people were asked, what do you see? One says tree, one says leaf, one says bird.
Correct.
But it was Arjuna who said, I see the eye of the bird.
Correct. Yep, absolutely. That's right. That's the focusing on the goal. Absolutely. That made him the...
Yeah, I didn't want to bring the story up. That's exactly what I was thinking. My dad used to tell me this story when I was younger, so that's how I remember.
Okay. A little more insight into this is, that is the goal focus we have. This is what it is about, focusing on the goal. But here we are talking of obligations which bog us down. So let us not get bogged down with these are called as soft attachments. Array, somebody has he had loaned me 10 rupees when he was in trouble. Now he's asked me for 10 crores. What should I do? You know, we find ourselves in such these situations which are kind of impossible and which bind us in a bind. They kind of confuse us. How do I do this? Hanuman is saying here, dismiss it. Don't get, you be focused on the goal. Don't get attached to these soft feelings in your head. You're not, disrespecting that Mainak also. You says, okay, thank you. Like how gurus and all do, no? When you offer them something, we all go and give fruits, this, that, everything. They'll just touch it and bless it and say, that's enough. That's how we need to behave also in our lives. Soft attachments, reject. The best example of how these soft attachments can take us away from the goal is about Shalya. You remember who Shalya is from the Mahabharata?
Madri's brother.
So you tell us about how Shalya got derailed with these soft attachments because of this obligation.
So he came all the way to fight on the side of, the last two sons.
Nakula
what are they?
Nakula Sahadeva.
Nakula Sahadeva's mama, he was. He came and he had decided to come and help these people out.
Yeah.
Because Madri had taken a promise from him that he should protect her children.
Yes.
So he came. But you know what Duryodhana did? He slyly, wherever Shalya was coming, Shalya and his army was coming, he made nice provisions for their stay and nice food, very nice.
Yeah.
He was welcoming. So he was pretty touched. Oh, look at his Pandavas, how kind they are to me, in spite of their
Kauravas.
Pandavas.
No,
How sweet of them. No, he thought.
Oh, he thought that's Pandavas who are doing it. Oh, okay, like
that. He thought it was Pandavas who were, laying the red carpet for his coming, and oh, nice of them. Wow, wonderful, he thought. And whom does he meet at the end of the carpet? It is Duryodhana. So you cannot give up on the hospitality which you have enjoyed.
He was obligated to this Duryodhana.
Yes.
That was the whole thing. So he ended up...
That's how he became Karna's
charioteer.
Charioteer.
But at this point, what Hanuman is saying, indicating is, dismiss it. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. But no, thank you. Some other time I'll fulfill your this thing. And then he should have just gone to the Pandava side.
Yeah. What he is trying to tell is, don't allow the mind to play tricks with you.
Yeah. Don't allow the
mind. Just cut off that mind. That's very important. If you get involved in this mind, it will confuse you to the heck.
That is what it is. Most of us are in, we find ourselves in such situations. For obligation, we end up doing things we don't want to do. Let's not do it. If it's coming in the way of a bigger cause or in the cause of dharma, higher cause, just dismiss it. That's what this understanding.
Shalya could have said, "Thank you so much, Duryodhana.
Yes,
It
but
was
no,
very
thank
kind
you.
of you. But I'm sorry, I'm with Nakula and Sahadeva. I've come as their mama, and
Yeah.
it is my duty to be with Pandavas."
That's my higher duty,
Oh, yeah. I have a soft corner for them. I'm not just because you lay the best carpet.
And
I
you
cannot.
deceived me also. You deceived me, right?
Yes.
Yes, Padmaja.
I think most of us do this, like what Shalya has done, I don't most of the time. But then human nature and human mind is like that only. Oh, I've done this, so I have to repay Atara. But now that we know that, do not entertain your mind in all these things. Do what is necessary. Ashte. The moment we understand this, then we will do that only, nothing else.
Yeah.
Too much of attachment to emotions and all, keep it aside. See what it needs to be done.
Correct. Perfectly rounded up. Right. And then we come to the next obstacle, which was Surasa. This Surasa, again, see, this is all based on this Deha Bhimana stuff. What Tulsi Jasji has said. This ocean is Deha Bhimana, identification with the body. The first obstacle is soft attachments. Forget about the big attachments. We have plenty of big attachments. This is a soft attachment. Some third party is asking you to do something which you don't want to do and you are get caught. Again, this is all about abhimana. I identify myself with, oh, I am obligated to you. No need. The second obstacle is the Surasa. What does she do? She is the one who is sent by the Devatas to test Hanuman's ability. They are all worried, these Devatas, Are yaar, they have sent a monkey. We have not even no idea whether this fellow is going to accomplish Narayana's task and all that. So they sent this Surasa who goes on opening her mouth. She said, I want to eat you. This is Surasa. Here, what does Hanuman do? He just becomes small, goes inside, comes out. Anima, Garima, everything he does. Okay. What is the lesson in this? Tulsi Dasi says, you should not have Deha Bhimana. It doesn't mean that you sacrifice the Deha. He could have easily said, oh, I am not the body. Okay, Surasa, eat me. No. Again, it's all about the higher dharma. And it's about a healthy perspective towards the body. The body has been given for a specific purpose, which is Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitaya. There should be no ambiguity at all in this understanding of ours. The purpose of human life is to achieve the highest goal, which is Atma Jnana. And while you're in the body, doing that with your intellect, with the body you do seva, Loka Kalyana, which includes all the other duties that are on your plate, all the roles that you have to do, and they're all sent by God. All these roles that you are playing, do it as Karma Yoga. Simple. Actually, there is no confusion at all what one needs to do with the body. Deha Bhimana means healthy respect for the Deha. Keep it fit, fine, working condition. You're no good lying on a hospital bed. You are no good for anyone. You're in fact troubling people, isn't it? So, no need to sacrifice your Deha for, you should not. No need, Allah. You should not. That's what the Surasa story tells. And Hanuman says, Madam, I will come back and offer myself. But she doesn't listen. So he just does a natak of entering her mouth and coming back. Another point, this Surasa is sent by the Devatas. Here again, we have a big message. Surasa is equal to obstacle. Devatas means destiny. When obstacles come our way, what should we do? They seem to be very huge, insurmountable. So we tell the obstacle, you can be very huge, but my God is bigger than you. So there's a very nice saying, no? Tell your problems Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell the problem how big your God is. So, this is what. And then obstacles are sent by devatas themselves. So, all these obstacles are, they are testing us. You can say they are testing us or testing our, all the Shama, Dhamma, Upariti, Shraddha, Samadhana, Titiksha, everything is being tested by the obstacles in life. This is all, Prabhuji calls it a spiritual gym. We are all testing our muscles only with obstacles. If you have a soft life, how will you even know what are your limits? Isn't it? So these obstacles in our life, what we perceive as obstacles in life, are nothing but, challenges given by destiny to exercise our all our good qualities. Okay. And then the one more obstacle he finds is Simhika, the last one. She is the one who is inside the ocean, and she keeps looking at the surface of the ocean, and when she sees a shadow of any fish, any bird which is flying, she catches the shadow and pulls. What does it metaphorically mean, Nirmala?
Wait. The previous one itself,
yes,
he uses his powers plus the presence of mind he has. Absolutely. He makes him bigger.
Correct.
And she opens her mouth wider. Suddenly, he turns very small and just takes a round and comes out. Look at the presence of mind he has.
Yeah.
At the right time, you should use your brain and come out of the problem unscathed.
Yes. Vidyavana guni ati chatura.
Chaturta.
Chaturya. Chaturata means cleverness, like a fox. This is chaturya. It is, higher. He is intelligent. Yeah. Very smart and, intelligent. Yes, Nirmala, that is what it is. So the last obstacle when he is crossing this Dehabhimana, what is this? Is Simhika. She is the one who catches hold of the shadow and pulls us down. So, what is the Adhyatmika meaning given by our Tulsidas is, this Simhika is Matsarya. We feel jealous of people around us who are going. We try to pull them down. Anyone who is progressing, it is called the crab mentality. We pull them down. I want to be up there, not you. Pull it. So once anyone is identified with the body, all the other Rakshasas come and reside in us. Yes, Nirmala.
Story of the crab.
Yes, tell.
You tell.
No, I'm not sure. I know how it goes.
A man, how do they catch and put a crab, hundreds of crab in a basket? No problem. Put them down. Put them inside the basket. No problem. None of them will come out. You know why? They themselves will pull the other one down and nobody will be able to jump out of it.
Nobody.
That is called the crab mentality.
Nobody is allowed to survive. Everyone will boil in the house of that fisherman in a nice, heated oil pan. Yeah. That's the crab mentality. That is what jealousy does to us, humankind. We will not, we ourselves will not progress, nor will we allow others to progress. So, how do we come out of this mentality? What is the attitude that we should have about this jealousy? What would you tell yourself?
Because of my ego.
Okay.
The moment I become egoistic, pride goes before a fall.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking a very specific question here. Suppose, because everyone here are mothers of young children who are going to school, somebody else gets more gets a prize which you wanted or more marks than you, and your child is feeling very bitter about it, what would you tell your child? I am asking all the mothers. How will you treat that? It's a very tricky thing, right? How will you console the child?
You also participated. How lucky you are.
Okay.
So I think it just begins before even the child gets to this level, right? Purnimaji, it just depends on what kind of guidance your child, right? If you're constantly comparing your child to somebody, obviously the child will come home and cry that this person got more marks, because now we put that unnecessary stress on that child already. It's all on us. What I tell my children is your only competition is you from yesterday, not even your own twin, right? Because whenever the twins, right, I mean, they started to compete the minute they were in me, right, for food. So, like I had to break that cycle from a very young age with them. So the one thing I always tell them is your only competition is you from yesterday. Are you better than that? Did you get more than what you got last time?
Beautiful, Shweta.
Yes, good. If not, okay, let's go back and review whatever you have to study, or irrespective of whatever it is, right? That's the only thing I always talk about with them. With twins again, competition is fierce with these two. So I constantly remind them, and I never try to compare them, saying, "Oh, look, he does this better than you. Oh, look, he's better in soccer than you, or drawing than you." Whatever they do. So, are you better from yesterday? Good.
Focus
If
back on the child and not focus on
yes,
the other person, but on yourself. Yeah.
yes,
Very nice,
yes.
Shweta. I like it.
Thank you.
A small little story.
Yeah.
There was a little girl who had a stammer, and there was a school program which is going to be held, and this was the day they were going to decide what role which child is going to play. And this mother was stressing herself out. Oh, they are going to insult my daughter. I don't know what they are going to do. Oh my God, she's going to get hurt and all. And she comes back and says, Mother, I got a beautiful role. And she said, Wow, what role did you get? Oh, I'm supposed to sit in the front row and clap the loudest.
Oh, how sweet. Innocence of the child, really. Very beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Nirmala. Padmaja, you wanted to add?
I wanted to actually just share an experience. So now we had actually come on a trip, on a family trip. My husband and his brothers and family, they're all there. So my brother-in-law's son, since childhood, he had not been good at academics. It's been years together, like from the childhood, and now since 8th, 9th standard, he started picking up, maybe from the school or whatever. And the parents had always been saying, "You are so dull, you are no use, you don't study well. See that boy, see this boy." Somehow that guy has picked up. And now in the 10th standard, out of 350 students of all the sections of 10, he was like in the best outgoing student of the class 10. So he's got only 4 out of 350 have been selected itself. So he was very happy. He came home and he told that his parents that, okay, fine, I got this. Okay, what big deal about it, kind of thing. And then come, let's know, if you want something, we'll go to hotel and celebrate this. That's all. So then he, in this trip, he opened his mouth and said, "See, what is this? Pedama, I got this, and this is like not everybody got it." And I expect. So the parents were sitting right there, and they said, "What, man? We took you to that best hotel, no, and gave you food. What else you want?" So I said, "Don't end up everywhere you talk about only food. That is not what I want. What you want?" Mama, they did not appreciate me, Pedama. They were telling, "Oh, I know that. In Hindi, how much you got, you tell me." So,
Focusing on the negative, Papa.
On the negative side, this guy has been, has got this. He was not studying at all. Now he's asking, what should I do well, sir? How much should I do? How much I'm doing it? So their point of view was like, if you appreciate him, no, he'll become headweight, or that headstrong kind of thing. I said, you should appreciate, and also, what can I tell the child? I really didn't know. I tried to tell their parents only that, you should know. No, you don't know my child. If I appreciate, no, both wife and husband were telling. If I appreciate, this guy will become headstrong, and then we don't know how to control this guy. So we want to control him from the beginning.
How sad is that, really? He's going to be grow up a very bitter child, no? Poor fellow. Yeah.
But he is an excellent child, actually.
There. But
Very helpful, very
turning him
nice.
into a cynic by their behavior. Why should I do anything? Anyway, I'm not appreciated kind of attitude he might get.
Correct. He did say that also. What is that? I'm doing so much, but still they're saying, no. Every time they come back with some incident in the old and say, oh, how much you got in that you tell. Now you don't talk about this, sir. You talk about this, man. I'm like,
Ask them to
right?
chant Hanuman Chalisa. All right. Yeah.
That's it.
I know as parents, sometimes weird behavior we display. We need to be really, really very careful what we say, what we do. For that, we have to be established. We should not have these.
That's absolutely correct.
We have to be.
Yeah, I feel if you're not.
That boy did ask his parents, like, what did you achieve? No, we could not achieve, but that's what we want you to achieve now.
So unfair. Yes, Neha.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important to be absolutely child-centric in upbringing of a child, because they are the makers of the world tomorrow. I mean, the world to be a better place. So if these little things are not taken care of, just focus on yourself. I mean, this how this competition is handled by the parents becomes so important. To make the child mentally and emotionally healthy, and as an adult also. I think as parents,
as parents,
we have this very key responsibility more than the physical development. I think the earlier the parents understand this, the better it is.
No, one more thing, Sneha. As a parent, you also have a lot of expectations from the child, like how just Padmaja shared. Family members, having high expectation of the fellow and finally, condemning him. What about your own expectations of the child, and how do you deal with it if the child does not, or some other child does better than yours? How will you deal?
Correct, got it.
I want to know how the adults, how we react,
No,
respond.
what Nirmala said is and who Anu, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's absolutely right. You have to focus on yourself, um, be better than what you are, and more than that, how the adults at home exemplify themselves. Uh, are they constantly I mean, they may not directly do it with the child, but are they talking about somebody else being better than themselves all the time? I mean, it becomes so important to watch how we behave, what we talk within ourselves. I feel the child will follow more about how you are than what you say, right? So that constant comparison, say, between yourself and someone else, oh, that person is better, they're doing better, that family is doing better, or maybe the financials are better, and always talking about your mistakes, our own mistakes. Maybe I should have done this, I should not have done this.
Yeah, how do you yourself deal with it? I'm asking. Forget about the child now, about adults only. In my peer group, somebody else is doing better than me. So we are talking about how to tackle jealousy here.
Got it. Yes, I mean, to talk about it personally, yes, I mean, I used to compare myself a lot, but once Dharmakshetra started, I got involved. It's gotten more and more rooted into me that I should be a better person. I should strive towards being a better person, and so these jealousy pangs or comparison pangs don't affect me as much.
Yes, correct.
Just focus on your own self improvement.
So let us not get bogged down by this jealousy business, like this Simhika who used to. That shadow is our ego and that Matsarya. Should not come in our lives at all. It's absolutely no place. And one way we can reconcile with this is having the big picture. We all one. Whether it's me or whether it's you, it's all, somebody is doing it. I cannot, all of us cannot have the same talents. Yes, somebody wants to say something. All of us cannot, we do not have the same talents. Somebody is good at singing, somebody is good at sports, somebody is good at, management, somebody is good at finance, something. But all the work is happening because we are all instruments of God. For God, look at it from God's perspective. Yes, Shweta, you want to say something?
Purnima ji, I regularly do this with Snigdha. So whatever, whenever she get marks, she's like, Mama, they got this much, they got that much she'll be telling. I said only one thing for her always, see where progress is. This time you got this much, keep a goal of, more of this much for yourself. Progress over it. Don't yourself compare with anybody, and everybody has their own ability to achieve, and you have your own capacity.
Correct.
And she will be surprised the minute she gets result, right? Whenever we tell her this goal and go and achieve it, she will be surprised. Yes, this is working exactly, Amma. That is what I have been listening from her these many years.
Wonderful moms, wonderful parents we have here on the group. So
even with same with us also, like many people, my friends, they travel every now and then abroad for the trips and all. I'll be like, it's okay, it's their priority. That is not my priority. My priorities are different. So that's how our mind should be. Everybody has their own priority in life.
Correct. So as we progress on this spiritual path, the feeling that should be uppermost in us is the feeling of oneness. I am not different from the other. The other person is not different from me. The fellow, he got the gold medal. He's just an extension of me in that particular body-mind complex, and he is getting the medal. That's all. See, this is all about this Dehabhimana business. Just don't identify with this limited body-mind complex. It's just not about me all the time. This small little me should not be the focus at any point of time. It's about just growing together, everyone enjoying everyone else's achievements. This is called, oneness. As we grow older and more mature, this feeling of oneness has to become most prominent in our life. More inclusive, open up the heart, more inclusive. Inclusivity is very, very, very important. Yes, appreciate everything in everyone else. It's not about me anymore. When I am most prominent in my life, only this jealousy, it troubles me. Otherwise, when I'm insignificant, then you're able to appreciate everyone. Yes, like the child who was sitting in the front row and clapping. That's what we all need to do. Cheer everyone on their way all the time. Yes, nice.
I have a question to ask.
Yeah.
So Anu, right? He brought about the thing about twins, about how they start competing with each other in the mother's womb for food.
Yep.
Now, there's this natural phenomenon called natural selection, right? Survival of the fittest. So even that's in a very in a bigger scheme of things. So I mean, over there we don't have a choice. I feel whatever efforts we put, all that, we don't have a choice. I think nature just has it for us. Selects.
So that's what in the Gita, the Bhagavan says, Prakrute kriyamanani guni sarvani karmashaha. Ahankara vimhuratma kartaham iti manyate. Prakriti is doing everything. There's nothing the small jiva I'm not doing anything. Prakriti is operating. So if Prakriti is doing everything, nature who is doing everything, supplying the oxygen, everything, you name it, nature is doing it. Manifest universe is doing it for me. The sun shines, the wind blows, the water flows, everything. The air inside me is going, am I doing anything? When we take it for granted, but let it stop. How people suffer during COVID. isn't it?
Correct.
So
Yes.
it is, first of all, dismiss everything. I am not the one who is responsible for. That's another thing. The mother doesn't have to feel guilty. This, that, nothing. It is Prakriti.
Correct.
Someone is better than that. One twin is smaller, the one is bigger, more robust. Nothing to do with me. It is Prakriti.
Yes.
So here is a question for all the Vedantins here. If Prakriti is doing everything, what is Purusha doing? What is Purusha, first of all?
Instrument.
Purusha is not the instrument.
Self, right? Like
Self.
observing. Yeah.
Prakriti, Sneha, is this instrument. The everything, entire manifest universe is Prakriti, is nature. Entire anything, including my own body and mind. Don't forget to include the mind in Prakriti. That is also an object. Everything is an object. If you can observe your mind, it means it's something outside you. That's why you are observing it. Isn't it? That's the principle of Viveka, called Drik Drishya Viveka. Any Drishya is an object. I'm the Drik. I'm the one who is observing it. So who is observing your mind, Sneha?
My inner self.
Yeah, that is called Purusha.
Okay.
So Prakriti and Purusha. And like how Suma said, what he's just witnessing, or anything else is being done, Suma, by the Purusha? What else is being done? If the body is eating, if the eyes are watching a movie, if the hands are doing some work, what else is happening there? Apart from, the witnessing consciousness, what else is happening?
He's the one energizing everything.
He's the one energizing
everything. But the Maya covers it.
Correct. The Purusha is experiencing, right?
Yes, experiencing.
Vokta.
Yes.
Who is the one who is again, come back to the Bhagavad Gita. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha. No, Krishna is saying, I'm the one who has inhabited you. Prana, Apana, Samayuktam, Pachanyanyam, Chaturvidan. I am the one who is enjoying the food that is being offered to me. So, it is the impersonal Purusha, if you want to call it, or God, Krishna, if you want to personalize it, who is experiencing through me everything. Joy, sorrow, happiness, the thrill, everything is, the experiencer is Krishna. And the doer is Prakriti. Where am I here with my name here, like Purnima, Suma, Sneha, Shweta? I'm nothing. It's just a notion. That's all. It's a notion.
It's the name and the forms are different.
It's just the name and the form through which God is enjoying the entire, his own Leela. That's the fun. He is the one who is, playing here and enjoying. Go back to the green dream example, the best example. Who was there in your dream except you? But how many things I see in my dream? I see mountains, roads, elephants, fairies, dragons. Everything is in my dream, but there is no one else apart from me, myself, lying on the bed and dreaming it in my mind. So that, once you go back to the dream example, this waking dream called life also becomes very, very easy to unravel. So everybody is me only in my waking dream. Like how I am myself, I am the only one in my dream. In this waking dream also, I am dreaming of all these other entities who are acting this way, that way, including this own body and mind, and then you just laugh and dismiss it. That's what Narayana does when he's dreaming, which is what we're all in Narayana's dream, isn't it? Yes, nice. Prakriti, Purusha. I am nowhere in between. So where is this jealousy? Why is it coming? How does it come? Where is the space for all that? That is a big question. All the negativity that we have, there is no space at all. It's a waste of time. That's what is being that is to be understood by this Langhana, this crossing over the ocean of body and mind. Jaladhi lange acharaja nahi. One who understands this Prakriti Purusha business, for such a person, it is not at all surprising that you cross over the Dehabhimana business. Yes, that's a good note to end with. All right. So next we'll take up the other beautiful Choupais to come. Durgama kaja jagat ke jete sugama anugraha tumarete te. And then what else is there? Rama duware tumar khaware hotana agna binu paisare. Sab sukha lahai tumari sarana tum rakshaka kahu ko darana. Let us visit these Choupais in the next class. For now, let us close with the prayer. Unless anyone else have to pitch in with some comments. Anyone? If not, Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Mamrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Nanu Nanimbudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Guru Charanarpanamastu